What's up, guys? Welcome back to Veteran Aquatics. My name is Dylan, and today we're going to talk about breeding bristlenose plecos. Before we go ahead and get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But first, one of our fish fam is in trouble, guys. So if you know him, Big Tank Hank, I was recently on his channel as part of his live stream series. He is losing his house and needs some support from the fish fam to kind of keep him afloat for a little while he finds a place to live. So I will leave a link down below in the description for his GoFundMe. I will also leave a link in the video description for his channel. Hank's a really cool guy, really down to earth, been keeping fish for a long time, and he does a lot with the fish fam, and he has a lot of other YouTubers, on his channel. And I remember when, me and Hank were kind of tied up as far as the size of our channel, and fortunately I've been able to grow. But I want to use that, so if you have a couple bucks, or even if you don't, go ahead and share it to whatever platform you can. But the link in the description is down below for his GoFundMe. Help him out if you can, guys. We're in the middle of a crazy time, a crazy pandemic, and stuff's just wild right now. So if you can afford to help, please do so. I would sincerely appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so bristlenose plecos, Ancistrus cirrhosis. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. Latin names are not my forte. But the common bristlenose pleco, there's a million color varieties. You have pineapples and lemon blue eyes and long fins and, green dragons, all sorts of them. How do you spawn them? They're a very commonly kept fish. Well, I have a whole bunch. So I'm going to show you the varieties that I currently have, and we're going to talk about how I got them to spawn. Alright, so here's one of the varieties that I have. These are longfin, just regular bristlenose plecos. You can see he's munching on an algae wafer over there. What do you feed these guys? So I feed them algae wafers most of the time. They also get green beans. They also get cucumber. So cucumber doesn't sink, so you need to stick a fork in it, or you can buy one of those pleco feeders and use that. The green beans sank, so that worked out very well. Like I said, there's a million different color varieties, so there's those guys. I also have a bunch of short fin calicos. If the camera will focus. Okay, it's not going to focus. But the calicos are a really nice bristlenose pleco. I have these guys in with some guppies. There we go. Well, there's a look at his belly. But they're like a lighter mottled color, the calicos. So what are they good for? So plecos, and specifically Ancistrus plecos, eat algae. Alright, so if you have a tank that is just getting overrun with algae and the fish you have in there aren't super aggressive, a bristlenose pleco is a great option to add to eat some of that algae up. Now, they also need wood, so you're going to need to have some kind of driftwood. It is an important part of their diet. You'll see that they end up sticking to the wood more often than not. It helps them digest, and it's absolutely necessary if you're keeping plecos. I've had good success with plecos, but that's because I always had driftwood. My water's around neutral, 6.9, 7.0. Nothing special, it's well water. They're not super hard to keep, 75 to 79 degrees Fahrenheit. They can probably go a little bit colder, but they need it warmer in order to spawn. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the babies. So I had a bunch of longfin albinos spawn. So there is a absolute metric crap ton of these guys in here, and I was tearing apart this tank looking for other things, and there's probably a good 50, which is a normal-ish size spawn. They can go much larger than that. My pair is young. This is their first spawn. So something you're going to notice, this tank's pretty dirty. And I know other fish keepers do this too, but when it comes to plecos, especially the young, they love to feed on that mulm. So plecos need an established tank. If you just got your tank cycled, you're probably not going to want to put a bristlenose pleco in there because probably not going to do great. They need wood, they need an established tank, and in order to spawn, they need caves. So I have two very similar setups, one on either side of the tank. See there? And they prefer those slate caves over the brown caves. Something that I've noticed are they do not tend to like caves that are not closed off. What I mean by that is like a piece of PVC, they might hide in it, but they're not going to spawn in it. They're going to want to see that they're safe, because what's going to happen is the male bristlenose, and he looks like he's fanning eggs again, will trap a female in the cave, make her lay eggs. He will then allow her, hopefully, to escape, and he will sit there and fan the eggs until they hatch. Once that happens, you have a pleco fry explosion like this. Now, it's going to take them a couple of months. They're probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks old at this point. But it'll be a couple of months before they're ready to sell. They're not going to be sexable until probably 2.5 inches. And bristlenose plecos, generally speaking, not including the long fin varieties, will reach a max size of about 5 or 6 inches. In here, I have a bunch of my lemon blue eyes, who don't have super blue eyes, but they are lemons, all right? So there's a whole bunch of them in here, and again, wood, like you see, they're all stuck under that driftwood right there. So these aren't big enough to spawn, so I'm not really concerned with adding the close-ended caves. So these guys do have like a piece of PVC right here. There's a little skull decoration that a couple of them usually hang out in. Usually. Oh, there's one. There's two. So plecos like to hide. They're not mostly nocturnal, so they don't like a bright light. Some of them will also eat plants because they are vegetarians. You're definitely going to want to stick with a plant-based diet. Don't sit there and dump in like meaty, protein-rich foods, because they will get bloat and they very well may die. So caves, warm temperatures, a well-established, kind of dirty tank, and low light. Those are the things that are going to lead you to success when it comes to spawning bristlenose plecos. So mine spawned after I left the light off for about a week. I had actually moved their light to a different tank to film, and I never put it back. That's when they spawned. So, like, you know, it's not something I did on purpose. I wasn't even sure they were old enough to spawn, but we have a whole bunch. And taking a second away from the plecos, the flower horn that I got a couple weeks ago is doing great. His color looks awesome. With all that purling, he's almost black on his back half. He is going to be phenomenal. I do sell a lot of fish, and I do have flower horns for sale, but this guy is staying. He is mine. So we are going to go probably with the name Brutus. He's going to bite me. From the first flower horn I had that I ended up not liking it too much. So he is super personable. He's eating great. His color is great. This is a gorgeous flower horn, and I am super pumped to have picked this guy up. He is going to be an absolute beast when he grows out just a little bit more. And if you're looking for fish, go ahead and join my band. I am working on a website. I gave myself until June 15th. And I post my stock list and availability there. We can ship fish. I've shipped with great success, and I'll make a video on how I ship here one of these days. But I've shipped to Texas and Georgia, working on shipments to Florida, Pennsylvania. So if you're interested, know that I can ship, and I haven't had any DOAs yet. Anyway, back to plecos. So the difference between the males and the females, and you're not going to see it here because these guys are pretty young. The females will have a smooth head, whereas the males will stay true to their namesake. And you can see this guy right here, all those little bristles, those little barbels, not the Paleatus Cory, all those little barbels sticking off of his head, that's where they get the name bristlenose. All right, there's no L number. L numbers are for plecos that have not been scientifically described. And fortunately, these guys have been. So the green dragons, the lemon blue eyes, the albinos, browns, calicos, all those different kinds are the same species of fish and can interbreed. They are just different color varieties, kind of like you would get with just different strains of guppies. So yeah, that's how you breed bristlenose plecos. I had them all winter and they didn't spawn, and I do heat the room. You can see the mini split right there. So I heat the room, but it is still a garage, so it probably got down to 70, 72 degrees here in the winter, and they don't like it cold. They won't spawn when it's cold. But as soon as it started warming up and as soon as that light went off for a little while, instantly spawned, and now, like I said, the male's in there fanning eggs again. So we are going to have a crap ton of plecos. But I do have longfin browns, calicos, lemon blue eyes, all available. Like I said, click the link to my band. We can ship. You can send me a message, tell me what you like, and we will set everything up. Alright guys, that's enough shameless plugging on my part. Yeah, and like I said earlier, if you can, click the link to Big Tank Hank's GoFundMe. Go check out his YouTube page if you haven't already. Click the subscribe button on his. Some good stuff. He's very involved with his community and other fish tubers as well. So each other and try to help each other where we can. That's it for today, guys. If you haven't already, hit my subscribe button as well. Ding the notification bell so you can see future videos as soon as they come out. And as always, stay safe, stay happy, and I will see you next time.